It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Dolphins and the Bills, next on EA Sports.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and yes, it's January 7th, but we haven't seen you since New Year's Eve, so we have to say Happy New Year, one and all. And partner, Happy New Year to you. This is the conclusion of the 2023 season. Hard to believe, but we got a good one here between divisions. The Bills defense ready to see if they can keep building on this long winning streak. And the one we'll be watching is this man at corner.
And like all of us, he's looking to finish strong here. It's been a good season for him. One that saw him really prove himself as an NFL starter. So you know he'll want to see it all the way through to the end.
Tua to throw right away. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. Now Tua. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he's got this down to the 35. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. He's locked in early. 2 nice first down completions to start.
I like the fact that he's seeing the whole field early, spreading it around a little bit in the early going.
And able to get this to the 31. This defense for the Bills, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try to keep your quarterback up.
Second catch for him today, and they'll wind up the first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has...
And he will take it in for the Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good. The Bills defense ready to go again. They trail 7-0 as this next drive begins with a first down. Tua now on first down. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. You look at this Buffalo defense. They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up. We'll soon find out.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Here's Tua. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Miles Jack coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Buffalo defense back out there. They'll search for a stop here in the second quarter of a game that's all tied. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Under pressure, they got him again. Matt Milano leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
One of the league's best linebackers. He ended that play almost before it began, and the running back absolutely overmatched no matter what he tried to do.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Tua sets up to pass it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Matt Milano. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. The Bills defense ready to go again. Their guys have the lead here in this first half. They'll try to further the cause on their end as this drive begins 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 47. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Out to the right here to Wilson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. From midfield, here's Tua. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Buffalo defense back out there. They've had the upper hand so far this first half of play, working with a good lead already as they look to defend this first down. Two and now on first down. And that one too wide and incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Go ahead.
Now a 2nd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
It's one play at a time, baby.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to pass. Tua. Wilson's got it complete.
Holding offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Tua going to throw. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Tre'Davious White with a pick. Then he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
The Bills defense ready to go again. They'll be looking to get off the field quickly here as this drive begins. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That swung out to Mostert. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley Cox. Tua, the final shot before half. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll start with an AFC East matchup. The New York Jets taking on New England in Foxborough. And it's the Jets who are out in front in that one. Aaron Rodgers has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Desmond Ridder with a couple of touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Bucs locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
The Buffalo defense back out there. They've done a really nice job of slowing the tempo of this offense, and as a result, they've got a comfortable third quarter lead as this next drive begins 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. To the sideline and incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Tagovailoa. It's brought in by Wilson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A run with Mostert up the middle to the 43, 2nd down.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A short throw. This is caught by Cox, so nothing doing there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
The Bills defense ready to go again. They've been terrific all game long, have not let this offense get on track, and they try to close this one out here in the 4th. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Wilson. And that's good for a gain of 6. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The Buffalo defense back out there. They've put in a very good shift so far, and this one pretty well in hand, just looking to finish strong here in the fourth as this next drive starts 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a little floater there is incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
44. Ready.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. Throwing quickly to Wilson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
The Bills defense ready to go again. And they'll begin by trying to defend a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Ready.
Now Tua. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. Yeah, the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Von Miller in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Tua. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Matt Milano, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Buffalo, they make NFL history with this, their 17th win without a loss, a perfect 17-0 on the regular season. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, it'll be double digits in losses as they fall to 7-10 for their final mark. And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved.